Is it related to the bomb threat? Why did she just ask about the time leap machine? Something occurs to me. The 2 threatening emails I received. We're watching you. You know too much. Who sent them? And there's more. Words and images flash through my head. CERN. The LHC. Jellyman. The Z program. Twisty twist? I don't know, Happy. Maybe it's a twisty twist. I don't... I'm not saying. The Z program. Government secrets. The organization. Men in Black. The Committee of 300. The Time Leap Machine. What did Kurisu say? We may have created a monster here. Taken separately, each of these elements was insignificant. But if I consider them part of a single line, they all point to one inescapable truth. We've come too far. Fear seizes my heart in an icy grip. I can feel anxiety eating at my brain. I can't breathe. Even though it's hot and humid, my body shivers. Should we run? Get out while we still can? We can't use the trains. What about the subway? Or would a taxi be better? Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's doing anything. What should we do? Suddenly, there's a softness against my hand. I look down to see Mayuri's hand holding mine. When I look up, I see worry written on her face. It's okay. I'm just being paranoid. It's all a coincidence. Tomorrow, we'll get rid of the time leap machine. Then we can forget all of this happened. Pretend it was just a dream. We never invented a time machine. I don't need money. As long as we can forget about today and welcome tomorrow. We'll be okay. Won't we? Oh, you redeemed the hydrate. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a drink. Don't leave. Something might be happening. I don't know. I have returned with a drink. Are you excited? Are you ready? Are you paying attention? Happy? I love how his model just sits there lifeless. Yes. I'm not making lore for that because that's dumb. We'll be okay, won't we? But my anxiety doesn't go away. I look over at Mayushi's head at the entrance to the lab. The door is unlocked. Anyone could just waltz right in. I hear sirens wailing a few streets away. The bomb threat has Akiba in an uproar. Yet here, in our corner of Akiba, it's so quiet. Mayuri squeezes my hand with her warm, slender fingers. I squeeze back. The next thing I know, the door slams open. 5 men burst into the lab. Their movements are swift and sure, professional, and each of them is carrying a gun. They spread out just inside the door and aim their weapons at us. It all happens so fast, no one has time to scream. The men are foreigners, a mix of races, dressed casually in colorful shirts and shorts or jeans. But their arms are thick with muscle, and their eyes are hard and cold as ice. 2 of them are holding pistols, the other 3 have assault rifles. AK-47s in Akiba? Is this some kind of joke? One thing is certain. These guys aren't tourists. Hands in the air. Nobody move. The dark-skinned, crew-cut man barks an order. It feels like I'm dreaming. Did I fall asleep watching an action movie? This is the first time so many people have gathered in this room. Suddenly, the lab feels small. What an odd thing to be thinking at a time like this. The first to obey is Daru. Then Kurisu raises her hands. Then me. Last is Mayuri. Silence. Time seems to grind to a halt. The men say nothing, but their guns remain steady, muzzles pointed at us. On the TV, a comedian laughs. What is this? Are we on candid camera? Then I hear a new sound coming from outside. The sound of high heels. A woman is coming up the stairs. Are these men waiting for her? Is she their leader? A squad of battle-hardened commandos led by a beautiful woman? It's like something out of a manga. Nothing seems real. Before long, the woman appears. Kiryu Mocha. The part-time editor. The male demon, Shining Finger, who was never seen without her phone. Lab Mem 005. Mocha. She's their leader. The least imposing woman I've ever met. Even now, she doesn't meet my stare. Her eyes are aimed down at the floor. What's going on here? Mocha-san? We're taking the time machine. As always, her words are barely audible. It's ridiculous, laughable. And yet, I can't laugh. My heart is a jackhammer in my chest. The inside of my mouth is drier than a desert. I stand still, my hands in the air. Makisi Kurisu, Okabe Rintaro, Hashida Itaru, and the three of you will come with us. I didn't say audio-able. I said audible. I don't understand. Why is Mocha here? I don't know. But I have to ask. What's going on here? I can't answer that. This is a joke, right? Mocha shakes her head. You don't need to know. You can't resist. Come with us. Where? No reply. She doesn't intend to answer that either. Dangerous. These guys are dangerous. Look at their guns. Nothing good can happen if we go with them. I try to refuse, but my voice catches in my throat. I can't stop staring at their guns. Are they real? They're not going to start shooting, are they? I'm not going anywhere until you answer. You can't refuse. You have nowhere to run. We have men stationed throughout Akihabara. Shit. Wait. Something clicks in my head. It was them. They sent the bomb threat. They stopped the trains. Why? To keep us here. Just for that. I don't want to hurt anyone. The three of you, come with us. Why? Kurisu, who has kept silent until now, finally opens her mouth. Why just the three of us? That's when I realized that Mayuri wasn't included in Mocha's demand. She only wants Kurisu, Daru, and me. I'm not answering your questions. Come with us. It's your only choice. We're not getting away. We're not getting anywhere. Okarin? Daru's voice is shaking. I turn my head to look at him. He's deathly pale. Don't you think we should do what she says? But unless she tells me the reason. Honestly, I have no idea what to do. My heart is still fluttering in my chest. This seems more like a dream than a reality. I'm not a military otaku. I've never seen a real gun. The black shine of their weapons looks somehow tacky. They lack the imposing feel you expect. I believe her. She told me they were fake. Mayuri suddenly speaks up. Mocha-san, you're a lab mem too, aren't you? As if Mayuri asked my question for me. Mocha was a strange woman, but I welcomed her as a lab mem all the same. What is she thinking right now? In answer, Mocha pulls a gun from her belt and points it at us. I realize that Mocha isn't holding her phone. This is the first time I've seen her without it. Not like that matters now. Mocha's gun hand is trembling. Is the situation affecting her too? It must be. She's terrified of talking to people. Our mission is to silence you. Silence us. Your refusal to come will change nothing. Does that mean she plans to kill us? Why? What did we do? Who sent you? Who are you people? We. Mocha suddenly lifts her head. For perhaps the third time since I've known her, she looks straight at me. Her eyes are dark and empty. Are from CERN. CERN. M4. The dark-skinned man speaks up. Is he addressing Mocha? Watch your tongue. Mocha hangs her head again. In my head, I replay the words she just spoke. CERN. They're from CERN. Why CERN? Of course. Who else would it be? Come with us. Now. Mocha raises her voice in frustration. If you continue to resist, I'll have to resort to extreme measures. Mocha slowly raises her gun. She points the muzzle at Mayuri. My whole body instantly goes cold. Shina Mayuri is not needed. Stop! I lunge at Mocha, but the dark-skinned man is faster. Yeah. Something strikes my chin with crushing force. The shock numbs my entire body. Stars explode behind my eyes. I fall to my knees, powerless to stand. Everything goes dark. What happened? Did he hit me with the butt of his rifle? Okarin! I look up. Mayuri, face streaked with tears, is reaching out to me as if begging for help. Over her shoulder, I see Mocha ready her gun. Mayuri, no! I try to yell stop, but my voice catches in my throat. Nothing comes out but a pitiful wheeze. Someone. Anyone. Please. Stop her. Stop Mocha. Mocha's lips move. She's mumbling something. For CERN. For FB. For CERN. For FB. Her mouth opens and closes robotically. My blood curdles. No. A sharp, dry crack splits the air. Time slows to a crawl. Mocha pulled the trigger. Blood spurts from Mayuri's forehead. It splashes across my face, wet and warm. Her delicate, frail body falls towards me. I catch her. Her body is limp, like a puppet with no strings. Her head and arms dangle lifelessly. The smell of gunpowder fills my nose. And then, the smell of blood. Ah! Daru clutches his head and falls to his knees, screaming at the top of his lungs. The sound jerks me back to my senses. In my arms, Mayuri takes one short, shallow breath. And then, oh, Kari. Mayuri? No. No. She's dead. Mayuri's dead. Her face is covered in blood. Her blood stains my hands. It's warm. You three come with us, now. No more warnings. Resist and we'll kill you too. I hear a voice, but I can't comprehend what it's saying. What is this? What's going on here? Is this a joke? We may have created a monster here. This is a dream, right? Right? I feel nothing. My mind is blank. I shake Mayuri's shoulder. Mayuri? Wake up, Mayuri. You'll catch cold if you sleep here. If you're tired, you can stay overnight. Or I can take you home, if you prefer. We'll ride the train back to Ikebukuro together, like we used to do before Daru joined. And it was just the two of us. Memories of her smile whirl through my head. 1,000 different smiles from 1,000 different occasions. If I look away, she'll disappear. She always disappears. But now you're fine. You don't need me to be your hostage anymore. No, Mayuri. I still need you. Laugh for me. Like you always do. Greet me with your silly toot-to-doo. Tell me it's a lie. Tell me you're alright. Mayuri? I don't want to scream. Red flames consume my mind. An inferno of rage and hate and rage and hate and the burning desire to kill everything I see. I gently lay the motionless Mayuri on the floor. I stand up. And then I fling myself at Mocha. Okabe! Before I can take a step, someone grabs my hand from behind. You can't! Let me go! Let me go! You can't, they'll kill you! Mocha's gun is aimed at my head. Her finger is already on the trigger. You're gonna kill me too. If you resist. Please, Okabe, do what she says, okay? Otherwise, they'll kill you too. I tear my hand from Kurisu's grip. My vision is a tunnel with Mocha on the other side. She won't get away with this. She killed Mayuri in cold blood. I'll do the same to her. No! Mocha pulls the trigger. Huh? The sound of the shot smites upon my eardrums. I feel a sharp pain on the side of my head. I nearly lose my balance again. But I'm still alive. What happened? I realize that Mocha's gun is lying at her feet. Beside it is a small stone. Someone must have thrown it and knocked her gun aside. Get down. I don't know who the fuck. Suddenly, Suzuha is there in the doorway, knocking one man down in the blink of an eye. Before anyone can react, she darts into another man's range and delivers a piercing elbow strike to his solar plexus. The man drops to his knees, gasping for air. The remaining men turn their guns on her, but she throws the incapacitated man towards them to block their aim. She then slides into their feet of the man at the rear, tripping him forward, and in a single smooth, flowing motion, drives her knee into the man's face as he falls. Who the hell? The dark-skinned man aims his rifle, but before he can fire, Suzuha snatches a stunned attacker's gun and shoots him. Blood spurts from the man's hand. Hand. Yes, hand. Christ, this is loud! Without pausing, Suzuha leaps into the air and delivers a soaring roundhouse kick to his jaw. Enough. Happy, what are these emotes? I've never seen these before. Bro, who is that? Who is that? That's just me. What is that? Who is that? I hate that emote. That's just me. I was just gifted a sub. Wow. Wow. It's Sephiroth. Fuck off. Sephiroth has blue eyes. It's like the one distinct difference between us. The next thing I know, the 5 men are down, and Mocha's gun is aimed at Suzuha's face. Suzuha doesn't back down. Her gun is trained on Mocha's neck. It's a standoff. Neither moves. Silence returns to the room. Who are you? 42. Suzuha's reply makes no sense. She glances at me. TV. What is she saying? Turned on. What? Suddenly, Kurisu springs up and makes a break for the development room. Don't move. That's my line. I suddenly realize the meaning of Suzuha's words. 42-inch TV downstairs. It's on. She wants me to use the time leap machine? I look at Mayuri's body. She's lying there quietly. Her eyes are closed. They'll never open again. One of the men Suzuha knocked out of the stairs starts to moan. If they wake up, it's all over. Suzuha looks at me again. Her eyes implore me to make my move. If I use the machine, I can avert Mayuri's death. But at the same time, it could fry my brain. Fry my brain? So what? What is there to fear? Mayuri is dead, shot in cold blood. This isn't right. I won't accept it. Then change it. Change the past. You have the power. Use it. I stagger into the development room. Kurisu is about to put on the headgear. I pull it away from her. Okabe. I'm going back. No, I should be the one to... I grab Kurisu's wrist as she tries to take it back. I stare into her eyes wet with tears. I will save Mayuri. But what if it fails? I ignore her and put on the headgear. Mocha's last shot grazed the side of my head. My ears are still ringing, and there's blood on my neck. It doesn't matter. I might fail. I might even die. But I have to try. It's my only chance to save Mayuri. Kurisu bites her lip and activates the X6800. Okabe Rintaro, one of them's moving. Get in there. Kill them. Damn kids. The crew cut man staggers into the development room. Acting purely on instinct, I grab future gadget number 4, Mode Snake, from the shelf and flick the switch. White smoke instantly fills the room, rendering it impossible to see. Kill them. Kurisu? Okabe. Are you sure? Are you sure about this? Really? Do it, Kurisu. Activate the machine. Pain flares in my right arm. Was I shot? It doesn't matter. I see blue-white lightning through the smoke. The discharge is starting. The light rapidly grows brighter. The floor begins to shake. The singularity is open. I crouch down, holding the headset steady with one hand. Wait for me, Mayuri. I won't die here. I'll cross through time to save you. Leap, my memories. Leap into the past. Leap! The world explodes into light. Ooh. Chapter 6. Metaphysics Necrosis. Mayuri? Mayuri! No matter how many times I call her name, Mayuri doesn't answer. Mayuri is standing in front of a grave, gazing at the sky. The grave belongs to her grandmother, who died when Mayuri was 11 years old. Her parents were always busy with work, so her grandmother was her only companion. I was close to Mayuri's family, so her death was sad for me too. At the wake, I expected Mayuri to break down and cry. She didn't. Instead, she spent the whole time gazing vacantly at her grandmother's memorial portrait. 6 months went by. I had advanced to middle school, so Mayuri and I no longer commuted together. But whenever I passed the cemetery on the way home, Mayuri would always be standing there. Every day, rain or shine, she would stand for hours before the grave, staring wordlessly at the sky as if she could see her grandmother in the heaven. In her hands, an old pocket watch. The watch had belonged to her grandmother. Mayuri always held it when visiting the grave. Mayuri? No matter how many times I call her name, Mayuri did not answer. Back then, Mayuri wouldn't talk to anyone. Not to me, not even to her parents. Whenever I saw her standing there, staring at the sky, I felt unease grip my heart. Her gaze was so earnest, her intentions so pure, that I feared some power might grant her wish and carry her off to heaven to join her beloved grandmother. And so, to ensure nothing like that ever happened, I made sure to stop by the cemetery every day. I would stand next to the sky-gazing Mayuri and call her name. Mayuri? No matter how many times I'd call her, Mayuri wouldn't reply. The only sound in the lonely cemetery was the echo of my voice calling her name. It was raining that day too. Mayuri had a light blue umbrella. In contrast to the umbrella's color, The sky was glazed gray, covered in clouds. After a while, the rain stopped. Rays of light shone through the gaps in the clouds. A stunningly beautiful sight. Rembrandt's rays, they are called, or sometimes the angel's ladder. Suddenly, a strong wind swept through the cemetery. It caught Mayuri's umbrella and carried it into the sky. Mayuri seemed not to notice. She kept staring at the sky. And then, slowly, so very slowly, she stretched her hand out to the sky, as if to grasp the rays of light, as if her grandmother were reaching down to pull her up. And then, she lifted herself on her toes. To me, it looked as if she was floating up towards heaven. Impulsively, I grabbed Mayuri's outstretched hand and pulled her into my embrace. In retrospect, my fears were just a childish fantasy. But at the time, I truly believed that Mayuri might vanish. I won't let you go. I won't let anyone take you away. I realized how embarrassing the words coming from my mouth were. You're my hostage now. My guinea pig. It was the first excuse that came to mind. Before her grandmother died, Mayuri and I were fans of a popular TV series about costume heroes battling evil. I particularly admired the villain, a mad scientist. I even got pretty good at mimicking his lines. Now I was doing it to hide my embarrassment. I could feel my face growing red. But I kept up the mad scientist act all the same. If nothing else, it was better than admitting my insecurities. There is no escaping from me. As I said this, I realized Mayuri was shaking. Oh, she whispered. It was the first time in 6 months that I had heard her speak. Her voice was choked with tears. Mayushi's your hostage. I guess I'm stuck here, huh? She smiled happily. Tears fell from her eyes. And then Mayuri buried her face in my chest. Where am I? Who am I? I can't see. I can barely think. A terrible screech fills my head, like feedback from a giant speaker. Ugh! It penetrates my brain like 100 sharp needles stabbing me right behind the eyes. I thought brains weren't supposed to feel pain. B. I'm not gonna fucking scream. I can't scream well. And there's more. I feel a shiver of pleasure beneath the pain, and a terrible itching like my body is on fire. Abe. I want to crack open my skull and tear out my brain. I want to scrape out my soft gray matter with my fingers and eat it. Oh, hey. The assault on my brain is driving me crazy. Who am I? Okabe. What's wrong with you? Ah. Suddenly, the shattered pieces of the world reform. I slowly come back to my senses. I'm in the lab, standing in front of the phone wave name subject to change, with my cell phone to my ear. No, not the phone wave name subject to change. Since headgear is attached to it, it's the time leap machine. It's hard to breathe. Give me oxygen. I hear a low wheezing groan and realize that it's coming from my own throat. I close my mouth and take a deep breath. The insides of my throat feel like they're burning. I resist the urge to cough and continue filling my lungs with air. I notice that I'm drenched in sweat. The drops sliding down my forehead are annoying. I try to wipe them away with the back of my right hand. My hand obeys. Slowly. Something is off. It's like my body and my mind aren't totally in sync with each other. Almost as if this isn't really my body. As if my nerves aren't communicating properly with my extremities. I try blinking slowly. This might just be my imagination. Could this be exhaustion? I haven't slept much lately. I try to move my hand again. There is no disconnect this time. This is my body. Okabe, are you listening? A familiar voice. I turn around slowly. Kurisu is there. She stares at me, perplexed. What was all that screaming for? What is she talking about? Are you sick? I try answering, but my voice doesn't work too well. Even more bewildered, I clear my throat several times. No, I'm fine. Then get ready to go already. We're going shopping, remember? Shopping? For what? I search my memories. The moment I do, images appear in my mind like a string of exploding light bulbs. Humans are temporal beings. But now you're fine. Are you sure about this? Really? I remember now. I used the time leap machine. You'll remember the future. That's right. What am I standing around for? Where am I? Huh? I grab Kurisu's shoulder and pull her close. What time is it now? What month? What day? Hey, that hurts. Calm down. How can I be calm? Shopping? You said we were going shopping. Which shopping trip is she talking about? Daru was sitting at his computer staring at us wide-eyed. Daru, what day is it? What time is it? Well, it's the 13th, a little past 5. The 13th. A little past 5. Did it work? Did I manage to time leap in the middle of all that chaos? Did my memories really jump through time? Does that mean I've leaped into my past self? Is there a chance that it was all a dream? Thinking back, forward, it doesn't seem real. Commandos breaking into the lab, something like out of a Hollywood movie. The sight of Mayuri, broken and bloody, is burned into my eyes. I remember the smell of blood, the sound of the gunshot, the weight of the headgear on my head, the pain of the bullet tearing through my arm, Kurisu screaming, Suzuha fighting to defend us. I remember it all, vividly. I touched my arm. No bullet holes? No pain, even. Was it all a dream? I don't know. I've never time leaped before. I can only hope that it was a dream. A future like that is too much to bear. I recall Mayuri's last moments. My eyes fill with tears. I force the tide of emotion back. Where's Mayuri? I look around the lab. Kurisu and Daru are here, but I can't find Mayuri. Where's Mayuri? She just left saying she was going to Lukashi's place. Weren't you listening? That's right. Mayuri went to beg Lukako to wear her costume. She won't return until it's time for the party. What do I do? What do I believe? Was it a dream? Or was it real? If it was a dream, then I don't have to worry about anything. If it was real, then I need to act. Now. I take a deep breath. Must have been a dream. There's no way something like that could really happen. It was a nightmare brought on by my anxiety. That's all. There's no other logical explanation. I desperately persuade myself that it's so. Little do I know that I will soon regret my foolishness. Kurisu goes shopping alone. I stay in the lab with Daru, waiting for Mayuri to return. Doo-doo-doo! I'm back! An innocent smile. Mayuri is alive. Nothing will happen to her. I was worried for nothing. When Suzuho arrives, we begin the meeting. Okurin! I called Ferris-chan and Luka-chan, but they said they couldn't come. I heard these words before. Deja vu. The trick of the mind. Oh? Do they have plans? Ferris-chan has a Rhinet tournament. Crap. I should have gone to cheer. How careless of me. And Luka-chan seemed embarrassed for some reason. Maybe she thinks you'll make her wear a costume again. It's just like my dream. I've never remembered a dream this vividly before. I remember every word that was spoken. You still haven't convinced her to cosplay? She said it was embarrassing. I kept telling her cuteness is justice, but she never listens. Cuteness is justice. Is that what they say? You're cute too, Chris-chan. Huh? Eh? Hey, Kamima's coming up. Wanna go? I can't make something new, but I have a costume of post-awakening Seria from Bloodtune I made last year. I think that's the size just right for you too. Me? Cosplay? I'm sorta interested, but I refuse to do it in public though. You don't have to show anyone, but eventually you'll want them to see. The cosplay demon compels you. That reminds me, Chris-chan, you're always wearing that cute uniform. What school is it from? Oh, this? I attended Ayamine for about 2 weeks. I modeled this outfit after their uniform. Oh, their uniform is really cute, but you made it even cuter. You might even have good design sense. I'll bring the costume tomorrow, okay? Will you try it on then? Sure. When's the photo shoot? Good to know you're still a pervert, Hashida. Come on, it's Bloodtune Sarah. Sarah. She's got Pan Moro going on. Pan Moro? It means her panties are completely exposed. No way. It's okay. You might not know this, but last year there was a really popular saying. They're not panties, so it's not embarrassing. Japan is over. Wear it, okay? It's a promise. Maybe you shouldn't bother. Suzuha speaks, her tone sharp. She's scowling at Kurisu again. Suddenly, the atmosphere in the room changes. I remember this too. I feel like I'm losing my mind here. You're asking for trouble by trusting Makasi Kurisu. What's that supposed to mean? I've been meaning to ask, did I do something to you? Not to me, but I know everything you have done. What do you mean? I've done nothing to be guilty of. Perhaps, but I know your true nature. Wow, you can see into my heart. That's groundbreaking technology. I'd love to hear how it works. It's not science. It's a prediction. So you're making it up. I know. Oh, Corinne. Mayuri clings to me with teary eyes. Stop them from fighting. Should I listen to Mayuri's plea? Like I did in the dream? Knowing that I can't stop the fight, should I just let Mayuri handle it instead? I don't know. I can't move a muscle. Jeez. Mayuri pouts, then goes over to the two girls. Guys? Maybe she doesn't like it when you guys fight. Let's all get along, okay? Daru comes over to chat with Suzuha, and gradually peace returns to the lab. Kurisu is in the development room, making a call. Probably to her mother in America. I sit on the sofa and watch TV while sipping Dr. P. But I can't pay attention to what I see on the screen. It doesn't enter my head. Mayuri sits down next to me. She peels a banana and begins eating it. Hey, Okarin. It's been really lively here these past few weeks, huh? Stop it. Why are you saying the same things in that terrible dream? It was a dream. It has to be a dream. It's fun. Mayuri smiles happily, not noticing my lack of a reply. Now that there are 8 lab members, Mayushi thinks it's getting a little cramped in here. First, we don't have enough chairs. We should buy more. Do you have money, Okarin? I shake my head wordlessly. For some reason, I'm afraid to look Mayuri in the face. I guess you can use some of my salary. We need a new microwave too. Otherwise I can't warm up any juicy chicken number 1. Okarin, are you okay? You don't look so good. It's nothing. Are you feeling sick? Then you need to rest. Want to lie down? You can lie on my lap, okay? I'm not... Before I can finish, the television interrupts me with an urgent news bulletin. The subtitles read, Terrorist bomb threat suspends Yamanote, Sobu, Kaihin Tohoku lines. A bomb threat? Hang on, those lines all go through Akiba. How is Mayushi gonna get home? Oh yeah, I should call home. No. Can't be. It's the same. Every last thing. The same. Okabe Rintaro, I need to know. It was a dream. You've completed the time leap machine, right? It had to be a dream. But if it was a dream, then why? Are you listening? The time leap machine's done. Okay. I just remembered. I've got something to do. I'm going out. Suzuha leaves the lab without another word. What's wrong with her? Does she know what's about to happen? Nothing's going to happen. The break-in was a dream. But no matter how hard I try to convince myself of that, I can't shake the icy hand clutching my heart. I can't breathe. Even though it's hot and humid, my body shivers. I remember this feeling too, from the dream. Did I choose wrong? Was I granted a second chance, only to let it go to waste? A soft feeling against my fingers. I look down to see Mayuri's hand holding mine. When I look up, I see worry written in her face. I reflexively look towards the door. The dream wasn't a dream then. Any second now? It happens exactly as I remember. 5 men burst into the lab. Their movements are swift and sure, professional, and each of them is carrying a gun. They spread out just inside the door and aim their weapons at us. I recognize each of them. There's no denying it now. I did leap through time. It was the future I remembered. I was supposed to change this present, to stop the madness about to unfold. But I told myself it was a dream, and wasted my chance to save everyone. Hands in the air. Nobody move. Silence. Time seems to grind to a halt. The men say nothing. Why didn't I do anything to change this? Wasn't that why I leapt through time? The sound of heels echoes down the hallway. A woman is coming up the stairs. Kiryu Moka. The woman who will kill Mayuri. The dream was real. Those were memories of the future. This is happening because I did nothing to stop it. Moka-san? We're taking the time machine. If I kill her first, will Mayuri live? Consider the option, but soon give up. The real danger is the men behind her. 3 of them have assault rifles. They'll gun us down the instant I try anything. My only hope is for Suzuha to make her move before Mayuri is shot. Is there even a chance? Makase Kurisu, Okabe Rintaro, Hashida Itaru, the 3 of you will come with us. You can't resist. Come with us. Where? I have no words. At least tell us where we're going. You cannot refuse. There is nowhere to run. We have men stationed throughout Akihabara. I don't want to hurt anyone. The 3 of you come with us. Why just the 3 of us? I'm not answering your questions. Come with us. It's your only choice. Moka-san, you're a lab man too, aren't you? In reply, Moka pulls a gun from her belt and points it at us. It's happening again. Our mission is to silence you. Your refusal to come will change nothing. Come with us. Now. If you continue to resist, I'll have to resort to extreme measures. Moka slowly raises her gun. She points the muzzle at. Shina Mayuri is not needed. I try to shout stop, but my voice catches in my throat. Nothing comes out, but a pitiful wheeze. I turn to Kurisu for help. Kurisu is staring at Mayuri. She looks as if she might start crying at any second. I turn to Daru. He's shaking. His lips move as if to speak, but nothing comes out. Someone. Anyone. Please. Stop her. Stop Moka. For CERN. For FB. For CERN. For FB. Her lips close tightly. A sharp, dry crack splits the air. Time slows to a crawl. Mocha pulled the trigger. Blood spurts from Mayuri's forehead. It splashes across my face, wet and warm. Her delicate, frail body falls towards me. I catch her. Her body is limp, like a puppet with no strings. Her head and arms dangle lifelessly. The smell of gunpowder fills my nose. And then, the smell of blood. I'm not fucking screaming. I don't want to fuck up my throat. Daru clutches his head and falls to his knees, screaming at the top of his lungs. In my arms, Mayuri takes one long, ragged breath. And then... Oh, Kare... No, no, no! She's dead. Mayuri's dead. Again. Her face is covered in blood. Her blood stains my hands. It's warm. You three come with us, now. No more warnings. Resist and we'll kill you too. I hear a voice, but I cannot comprehend what it's saying. It's the same. I knew it would be. I let Mayuri die again, because I didn't believe my own memories of the future. I let Mayuri down on the floor. I'm sorry, Mayuri. I'm so sorry. I stand up. Rage takes hold of me once again. I'm helpless to resist. I take one menacing step towards Mocha. Okabe! Kurisu grabs my hand before I can take another. You can't. Let me go. You can't. They'll kill you. Mocha's gun is aimed at my head. Her finger is already on the trigger. You gonna kill me too? If you resist. Please, Okabe. Do what she says, okay? Otherwise they'll kill you too. Gah. I grit my teeth and suppress my anger. Just then, something small and round strikes Mocha's gun hand. She drops her gun. At her feet lies a small stone. Get down. The next events transpire exactly as I remember. Suzuha appears in the doorway, knocking down the first man before anyone can react. She then proceeds to dispatch the remaining men with a series of swift, precise maneuvers. Who the hell? The dark-skinned man, the last one standing, takes aim at Suzuha with his assault rifle. But before he can fire, Suzuha snatches the stunned attacker's gun and shoots him. Blood spurts from the man's hand. Without stopping, Suzuha delivers a soaring roundhouse kick to the man's jaw. Enough. Mocha and Suzuha point their guns at each other. A standoff. Neither moves. Silence returns to the room. Who are you? 42. She glances at me. TV. This time, I already know what she means. Turned on. I make a break for the development room. Don't move. That's my line. Kurisu is right behind me. I grab the headgear and jam it on my head without a moment's hesitation. Okabe, I'm going back. But what if it fails? Get the machine started. There's no time to argue. Grab the mode snake from the shelf. Kurisu bites her lip and starts setting up the X6800. Okabe Rintaro, one of them's headed your way. Kill them. Don't let them use it. Before the crew cut man enters the development room, I push the switch. White smoke instantly fills the room, rendering it impossible to see. Are you sure, Okabe? Are you sure about this? Really? Do it, Kurisu. Activate the machine. I see blue-white light shining through the smoke. The discharge is starting. The light rapidly grows brighter. The floor begins to shake. The singularity is open. I crouch down, holding the headset steady with one hand. This is reality.